Hey, what's going on, everybody? Nemesis Prime 85 coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make this look a lot more accurate to the '07 and Revenge of the Fallen movies. As you can see, this is the Black Apple Thunder Leader mold, which is based off of the Revenge of the Fallen Leader class mold, which then turned into the MPM4 mold, and then Weijing Black Apple came and upscaled it, heavily modified it to make it one of the most accurate Optimus Prime figures on the market. Only problem is the way his chest comes stock. So, like I said, in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on how to make it look better and make it better house the Quan 2.0 head sculpt that I just did a video on, as well as this sternum filler piece. So, as you can see, this is essentially how he comes stock. He's more like that when you get him out of the box, and I might have just broken something, but it's not going to matter in a minute. But this is basically what he comes like out of the box. This is how they tell you to transform him. So even when you put the sternum piece in, it still looks weird and really just goofy looking. And even this, I have this transformed kind of how I do personally to make it look more accurate. This isn't 100% stock, but this is essentially what it looks like. So as you can see, obviously he is headless at the moment. If you watch the Quan 2.0 video, it just magnetically goes on there, but this neck base is so thick that when it's stock with the headlights positioned like this, you can't actually fit the Quan head on there. So you have to do these mods to get it to look good. But we will just get started. So first, you want to take the arms and pull them down and then bring these up. Okay, so try and angle you guys so you can see this. There we go. Okay, so first thing you want to do is the headlight mod. So you just move these doors out of the way. Be careful with the doors. They are known to break. But you just take the headlights and you want to bring it down like this and up like this. Then rotate the actual headlight itself like so. Straighten it out. And then we'll get back to that. So do that on both sides. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this correctly. I did this once when I got the figure and then haven't transformed him since, so we'll see if I'm remembering this correctly. I'm pretty sure I am. Okay, so then after that, bring these back up, and if you can see, it's kind of hard. There's this inner hinge on the abs. I'm doing air quotes a lot because there's a lot required for this figure. But if you take these, and then you can put the Quan head on, just magnetically, it locks into place, and you can bring it up for some extra clearance. And then when you bring these down, I'm still not going to fully adjust the abs, but if you bring them down, see the headlights now sit accurately as they should. And you can just take them and rotate them however you choose. And instead of taking the red bits and slotting them inside of there, you just want them to rest on top of this piece. And you can then bring them closer together, and then the arms will just peg in and kind of adjust them as they should. And already, he's starting to look a lot better. And you can take them, and we'll bring you guys back down. You can take them, and if I can get it out, you can take them, bend them in a little bit like so, and then you can adjust them however you like. As you can see already, he's a lot more accurate because them coming off of here is not accurate at all. Them being connected down inside of his waist is a lot more accurate. Okay. So next, you want to take him back apart, move the doors backwards and out of the way. And then you could take these and angle them in all the way. Sorry, you guys can't even see. I've got a crappy tripod. So you want to take this after you've rotated this inner hinge. And then what I like to do is, it might be stupid, I like to push it as far as it can go and past where it is supposed to, as far past as you can go. So I smack the camera. So you want to do that to both sides. Just bring that inner hinge in. I can zoom in up on here. There we go. You want to take it, and then it's supposed to stop right here. But I kind of try and push it a little bit further. And then try and get it as symmetrical as you can on both sides. Still be accurate, and then do that. And then you can now, okay, so this is the issue, is they will start being a little too close together. And then also, what you want to do is be making sure you're angling them down a little bit, because that'll give you a little bit extra clearance. So then you can lock it back together. And now kind of fiddle with it to get them how you like. It's a little tight, but if you're grabbing the right spots and moving it properly, you can get them to be perfectly symmetrical to each other. And already that is looking a lot more accurate. And you can bring the doors back. Line everything up, readjust the headlights down low, just adjust them, position them however you like, rotate them at the base. I tend to rotate them back a lot more, don't push them up that high. I do know a lot of people that do push it up that high, but I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, you literally just, you sit here and rotate them, bring them down, and you can straighten them out, adjust the head. And there you go. He is already looking so much better without the use of, there is a mod you can do to this figure where you essentially just cut down and shave a bunch of material off. And it helps to bring like the windows closer together. But when you then bring in this add-on piece, it just slots in right there. You don't really need the cutting method, because as you can now see, it's positioned properly. This is how I spend most of my time with this figure, is trying to figure out how to position those better. I prefer them a little bit closer like this. A lot of people will bring the backs out so they're more narrow inwards. I like them like this, because then you look at it from the top down, doesn't stick out too far from the side, doesn't stick out too far, still looks really accurate. And then with the Quan 2.0 head, it's just, in my opinion, perfect. This is probably my favorite Bayverse Prime figure. I spent $250 upgrading the DLX figure. That one still has its issues, even with all these upgrades and making perfect. I do have videos out on those. But his proportions just aren't as accurate as they can be. Whereas this one, maybe it's just the fact that he can also transform. But once you get this upgrade head on him, he's, in my opinion, the perfect Bayverse Prime, even with some of his major flaws. And even then, his flaws are definitely outweighed by just the presence that this figure gives you. So yeah, that is how you position the chest. And a lot of people over on, say, I've gotten a bunch of messages on my Instagram because I made a post tagging the guy that makes these heads, and a couple people messaged me asking if I had done any mods to the chest, because a lot of people do not utilize the hinges as they're meant to be used. And I mean, as you can see, he's basically perfect now without the need to cut anything. A lot of people are cutting their figure just because they don't think you can get him this accurate. And yes, he can be better if you cut it. The windows will be more narrow in, but then you can't use the sternum piece, and you still have that massive, if I can get it out, got that massive hollow hole in the chest, which I hate. It doesn't look good. It ruins the whole presence of the figure. It's literally just a gaping hole in his chest. Then, you know, sternum piece. He looks perfect. Now, this is the Dark of the Moon piece. I talked about that in the head video. So it's a little shorter, so it's higher up. I kind of prefer how this one looks, having the torso higher up, as you're not bringing it all the way down to peg these in. So it sits higher, makes it look better with the Quan head. And, yeah. As you can see, it's just, having it positioned like this saved this figure for me. Because this has been my grail since they showed the prototype. And back then, I was younger, wasn't spending $150 on figures. Only big figures I had at the time were Fortress Maximus and Trypticon from Titan's Return. So this was always my dream figure. He sold out everywhere. I always missed out on the restocks. And then this isn't actually officially Zhang's. If you don't know, Hasbro went after them and shut them down because a lot of their figures were straight up just recasts. But they're back, more air quotes, but this is a fourth party re-release of this figure. I haven't done a review on this guy, so I can just talk about a few things with him. He'll scale with your NPM figures that are a little oversized. The only ones that I haven't gotten oversized are Bumblebee. Bumblebee's original figure scales perfectly, in my opinion, with this Prime, especially with the upgrade head. He also goes with the MO6 Ironhide, which is essentially the Black Apple Ironhide that we lost back in the day because Hasbro went after him, and then they're kind of back and just revived the project. He's awesome. I'm trying to track him down. If you're wanting the just original 07 lineup, you will need the oversized Ironhide. Ratchet, Jazz, and Bumblebee will be good as they are. And then I think it's LS12 Megatron from AOE Mech, or however they say it. That one is an oversized 07 Megatron. He will scale perfectly with this Prime. But if you haven't checked out the head video, I would highly go recommend that. You can purchase this head from Dino Model Shop on Instagram. Came to $88 for me, $80 without shipping. So it's a little expensive, but as you can see, it makes this figure insanely screen accurate, especially with the chest mod. I'm just going to keep doing air quotes to annoy you guys. Yeah, as you can see, there you have a modified chest for Black Apple Prime, and it just looks perfect. There are a few videos out there already, like explaining the Headlight mod, but I've never seen anybody bring the chest in as close as I have. They're usually wider, as I said earlier, but this is my preferred look for them. I love how that looks with how close they are. With doing this chest mod, I can't really remember if you can do the Dark of the Moon abs and kind of gut areas that came with this bit, because it is sitting higher up and those just peg in throughout the figure. So doing this mod, you will only be able to do the 07 look. I know Dino on Instagram does have his own Dark of the Moon abs kit, which replaces this middle bit, so it's a permanent add-on, fully transformable, also has the sternum. But I don't know if you can do the higher up chest with his. So as of now, the only kits you can use doing this are the upgrade heads. He's got a couple. He's got the Quan, and then another one from L8. The L8 head is just a little bit more narrow and higher. not a huge fan of how that looks, especially not having the thick neck that this guy has on there that fills out the chest a bit more. Like I said earlier, this is the Dark of the Moon sternum. There is also an 07 version that's thinner and comes down more and covers where the MPM Autobot logo would have been, right in there. But again, I like how this one looks with the mod. If you're wondering what that 07 kit looks like with this general idea of the chest being like this, you can check out Cybertron is Gone on Instagram. He was the huge inspiration of how like to get this chest looking how it is. And he's just got some sweet figures, and he's done a lot of like small modifications to this figure. But yeah. So I would definitely go check out Dino on Instagram. I'm always plugging him in these upgrade kit videos that I've done. He makes really good products. They're pretty expensive, but they make all my figures better. But if you're not an owner of this figure, I would definitely pick him up and do this mod because it makes him perfect. But yeah, there you go. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to comment, because I've spent a lot of time getting this figure how he is. So I'm willing to help you guys to help you get the perfect Prime. But yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell, because as I always say, my upload schedule is non-existent. It's just whenever I'm feeling it, I'll do it. Like literally 5 minutes before I busted out the review setup, I was just looking at this guy and was like, you know what, let's record a video. But yeah. Again, leave a comment if you guys need any extra help, and I can possibly follow up with a better video if you guys need it. So yeah, again, Dino Model Shop on Instagram. I can link the sternum kit on the description. It came from China on eBay. Came pretty quick. Good packaging and shipping. So you guys should have no worries there. If you're trying to reach out to Dino, he does only do PayPal. So just be aware of that. And my chest isn't sitting perfectly. There we go. Yeah. Make sure to subscribe. English. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell. And I will keep giving you guys some sweet videos like this. So yeah. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.